Hey y'all, I know I'm supposed to be uploading a video this week, but my face was acting like a pizza, asking for more toppings, so I just didn't feel comfortable doing that. So I was like, forget it, bro. We not doing nothing. And then I thought about like not posting anything, but then I got a good idea from watching, another YouTube video, because I was like, ooh, well, may as well do something. So anyway, so I'm just washing my brushes and we gonna have us a conversation. I don't know where this conversation is gonna go because I don't have anything planned. I just know I need to wash my brushes because I have a photo shoot to do this weekend. So yeah, I need to get my life together before then and possibly do a makeup look before then too, because after I got a facial yesterday, my face calmed down a lot. So, I'm happy. But anyways, what can we talk about? I need to put some. And yes, I do clean my brushes with liquid detergent that you, that you wash dishes with. Because sometimes if I wait too long, the product be stuck in my brushes, like especially when I use like things that are really concentrated in pigment. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, I know I got to get better at washing my brushes, but it's like, shoot, if I got more clean and I need something else to do, bruh, I'm like, forget you, I'm going to the ones that's clean, and I get you when I get you. So I know I got to stop doing that. But anyway, so what y'all be doing? But, okay, because this is clearly getting to be aimless. But I did want to talk to you guys about something. Like, as y'all know, I always talk about purpose. I always talk about identity. And I really think, like, right now, that's something that I think, like, God continues to deal with me in. And I also think that that's something that he continues to reveal more and more to me about. And it's like, I know for sure one thing for me was once I realized what my purpose was, I got more focused. And it's like, I wouldn't say realized because I had gotten 3 prophetic words from 3 different people about what my purpose was and what it's getting ready to be. And some of which I believed it at first and then not really, and then God knew and he sensed like, bruh, she ain't messing with me like that and she don't really believe me. So I'm going to send her confirmation. And the Bible says that we should test everything. We should test every spirit. And even though someone tells you something, you don't have to accept it. You can even pray it back to God and let him give you confirmation on it. And so he gave me confirmation. He gave me like 2 separate dreams about what I was supposed to be doing. And when he did that, I'm sitting in my bathroom. Ain't my little thing cute? Anyway, when he did that, I believe that really helped me. Because I'm like, sometimes some people tell you stuff and you're like, you just telling me that because I'm going through a hard time right now and I'm ready to blow this popsicle stand. But once he told me, I was like, okay, cool. It started getting me more focused because I believe once you realize why you're here and what you're here to do, even if you don't know the full story, you just have a glimpse, it helps you to get more focused and it helps you to gauge everything, because you're like, okay, do I take that opportunity? Do I do this? Do I do that? Like, you're like, no, because now that I know at least a small portion of what I'm supposed to do, now I know like what I can accept, what I shouldn't accept, and what things I should be focused on that will help me move along the right way. And like the Holy Spirit always helps us too, like helps us to pick, and gives us discernment, like, nah, bruh, don't do that, honey. Don't do that, fam. It's not gonna work. So he is a helper like he's supposed to be. But I felt like it really, like this brush is so dirty. Maybe I need to sit in a bubble bath. That's what we gonna do. But like it really helped me to get a lot more focused than what I was, because at first, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I was all over the place. I didn't know if I wanted to stop doing hair, stop doing makeup. I didn't know like what exactly I had wanted to do because everything to me was falling apart. And I was like, okay, I'm struggling. I'm not really making any strides. I'm in a place where I feel like it's hell on earth. And that's another topic for another time. But I just felt like it wasn't really working out. And I'm like, maybe this is really what I'm not supposed to be doing, and that's why it's not working out. You know, ooh, maybe maybe that's why. But after I was like, and sometimes you get prophetic words when you least expect them, and God will confirm things, or he'll even tell you things yourself, because God talks to us, and sometimes if we not listening, he'll send other people to talk to us. But sometimes it's like okay, I got distracted. um it was like I wasn't listening. Two, I was too caught up in like what was going on around me that I didn't even notice. I didn't even take out the time to even ask, like, oh Lord, like I never asked. I never wondered, like, okay, what am I supposed to be learning in this time of my life? Like, because everything, when you walk with God, everything is not going to be peaches and cream. It's not going to be sunshine and rainbows. It's not always going to be like that, because he's purifying us and getting things out of us that need to be out of us. And we can't see ourselves. So when we're around other people, they're designed to correct us, and they're designed to pull something out of you that you didn't know, so that he can correct it. He can give you tools to be able to correct it. And child, I ain't gonna hold you up. I am still a work in progress, but my mouth used to be off the chain. And if I don't stay prayed up, it will be off the chain. So, or even like sometimes I would be like, if I never said anything, I would do things like, well, shoot, you should have just said it if you was gonna do all that. So yeah, I've come a mighty long way. I got a long way to go, but I still thank God for my progress. So anyways, so once I realized like what my purpose was, and I still don't know the whole entire thing, but he gave me just enough to just be a steward over what was said to me, and I'm practicing getting into agreement with what he told me, what he showed me, and what he sent other people to tell me. And I'm practicing coming into agreement with it. And I'm practicing like my heart posture in it, because I'm a firm believer in what you do when you have nothing is what you will do when you have everything. If I down here, I'm not perfecting my craft, I'm not perfecting my customer service skills, I'm not perfecting certain things or investing in my career or furthering my education, when I get up there, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the same stuff. But now that I have a platform, it'll be everybody watching me do what I was doing on ground zero. So I will say, like, sometimes, I was getting real discouraged and real upset, like, just by watching. And that's what the devil wants you to do, is try to compare yourself to other people. Like, oh, it's so easy for them, or it's so, you know what I'm saying? It's like everybody go through something. It may be easy, but you don't know what that person goes through. But I used to be like, oh, man, like, maybe this not for me, because I'm just having a hard time. I'm having a hard time. And, so once I stopped focusing on other people, and I started like really focusing on myself, and I started like, no, I repeat back the words that he said to me, like, my beauty is business. That's what I'm here to do. I am smart. I'm not dumb. I'm not weird. I'm not, not intelligent. I may not communicate effectively like most people. I'm working on it, but that doesn't make me stupid. That doesn't make me dumb. That doesn't make me less than. And like, even if I don't communicate a full thought, I still know the intent of my words. Like, sometimes you have to remind yourself like of what God has said to you, and you have to remind yourself of what God says about you in his word. That's why it's important to read the Bible. That's why it's important to go to church, to get around people that can build you up in your faith, and that can encourage you, and like that can sense things on you, to be like, girl, it's okay. Like, I remember there's this particular lady that goes to my church, and every time she see me, she always says, God didn't forget about you. He he got a lot going, not a lot going on, I'm sorry, my mind went somewhere else, but he didn't forget about you. He has a lot in store for you. And, you know, he has not forgotten about you. And, like, sometimes we don't realize the way that we carry ourselves, or we don't realize the mental state that we can, this thing is dirty, that we can be in, but other people can. And that's why it brings me back to my other statement of, we can't see ourselves. If we could, we would be working on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would be a little bit better than what we were before. Pause. I hate white brushes because they be acting so raggedy and so stingy, like they need a deep conditioning treatment because they just got bleached too far. And they never really like pretty and clean. So this I never put in my professional kit because I don't like how it looks. I keep it at home. Anyway. Oh, and I use dish soap to clean my stuff because I've tried some different brush cleaners and I just don't like them, or maybe I'm not using the right ones. If y'all have any suggestions, drop that down in the comment section below. I like the instant brush cleaners, but the other ones, like, sometimes they don't get them. Like, if, like I said, my brushes stay too long dirty, they don't get them out really clean. As far as if I were to use something like that, it'll get it clean. So anyway, back to my original statement. You know, like, you don't realize how you see yourself, and you need people that can be able to esteem you and encourage you. And it's like, every time she say that, I be like, dang, maybe I do be acting like that. But in reality, yes, I do, because especially like when you see people progressing and elevating, it's like, bro, I know I ain't the worst person in the world, but where is my next thing, and where is my next level at? And you do begin to get resentment or begin to feel some type of way about God. And that's what the enemy wants you to do, is to abandon God and be like, he forgot about you anyway, girl. You may as well go on and go do what you want to do, what you really want to do. And how you want to do it is going to make you get there faster. And it's like, no, a lot of times the way that we want to do stuff, it never fully works out, or it never continues to evolve, because we do it ourselves in our own strength. And when God does it, it's like he'll continue to blow your mind. He'll continue to do things that you're like, oh my gosh, I never would have thought. And it's like, that's the point. We have to start allowing God to blow our mind on a regular, daily basis. And it's like, we can't always come to him when we want stuff. Like, we got to stop treating him like a sugar daddy. You know, like, we can't always come to him when we in trouble and be like, Lord, you know, I ain't gonna never do that again. Make sure I ain't pregnant. You know, that little stuff that we say and that we do, or things that we do, like, oh Lord, like, no, we have to start just wanting to be around him because we want to get to know him, because we want to establish a deeper level of relationship with him. Granted, a lot of people make God out to be like a bully. They make him out to be like something that he not. But see, that's why I'm a firm believer in the word, that the reason why, basically, I call them riddles. The reason why a lot of the things that you read in the Bible are riddles, because he doesn't want everybody to be able to understand what he's really saying. He wants people who seek him out to have understanding to understand. And because he knows that once people understand something, they'll try to control people. Like, how many times have y'all seen people on social media or talking about like cults and stuff like that? That's because people understand something and they like, you know what, I'm better than you at this, or I have the ability to be able to control people. And see, it's like, some people are natural born leaders, but they pervert the gift by controlling people. You should never control people, because God is a God of free will. He don't ever control us either. He gives us a choice. He urges us to choose life every time, but he gives us a choice. He don't even control us. So why do human beings feel like they can control other people? Like me personally, I use my platform accordingly. So I share what I know. I share what I believe. I don't try to push it down your throat. Like, maybe people think that I do, but I don't. That's okay, because people gonna always have something to say about you regardless. But I use my platform for what I want to use it for, and what I choose to use it for is to spread the gospel and choose to share what I've been delivered from and how I've been delivered from it, or even things that I've learned in a way that I want other people excuse me in a way that I want people to understand, because we're all, like I always tell people, like, this body is rented. So what we do here on earth matters. Like, what did we do? Who did we impact? Like, those types of things matter. And it's like, what did you do? Like, I know some people, however you choose to live your life, it is what it is. But you have to think like, okay, what did I do? Like, I remember Miles Monroe had this sermon, and it blew my mind, because I believe that was when God had opened up my mind to really see what he was really saying. And pause, that's what I meant by the Bible being in riddles, because like, once you seek God for understanding, he'll begin to unlock the scriptures for you and see what he truly means, and allow your imagination to paint the picture for you. Is amazing. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So Miles Monroe has said, you know how many people are living on earth, not living to their full potential, not living in their purpose, not doing what God called them to do. And that literally blew my mind. It still does, because I'm like, that's amazing to think about that, because it's like, how many people walk around not knowing who they are, not knowing what their purpose is, not knowing who their identity in God is, like not knowing, like, the body of God should not be separated. It's like the body works well when everybody knows their place. The fingers, the eyes, the lips, the mouth, everything, all of it works together. And it's like, if we knew our place, the body will work so well. But it's so many people trying to be the head instead of being the ear. It's so many people trying to be the mouth when they're supposed to be a toe. And it's like, people think like, oh, I got to be this because this is more impactful. No, God created every single gift, every single talent, everything, because it all has a purpose. And once we realize the special gift that we have is for a purpose, and that it's all going to work out the same, and that nobody is better than anybody, once the body get together, it's gonna be banging. It's gonna be exactly how it was supposed to be. We just have to really stop separating ourselves. But how I got on that, I'm not sure. But anyway, so yeah, once Miles Monroe has said that, I was like, oh my gosh, like that makes a lot of sense. And it's just like, once I started getting around, I'm gonna end this video with this because it's getting long, but once I started being around people who knew their purpose, I finally realized I didn't know mine. So I started getting on a journey of like, I want to find out, I want to figure it out. And even though I had a whole lot of roadblocks before I actually got to that prophetic word and that prophetic vision, I had, I was still journeying to try to figure out, because I was around so many women like around my age or younger than me that knew, and I was like, dang, I don't know. And that's why when the Bible says iron sharpens iron, you want to be around somebody that knows more than you do, because it opens up your eyes to be like, man, I didn't realize that, let me go figure that out. Like, we close ourselves off because we let the enemy run rampant with the thought of, oh, she thinks she better than, or she think her stuff don't stink. And it's like, no, take what they doing. Now, some people really think that, but other people don't. But it's like, take what they're doing and what they're saying and mirror it and be like, okay, wait a minute, maybe I do need to figure out like what my purpose is. Like I said, once you know these types of things, you won't be running up behind people. You won't be continuously being like mimicking other people's behavior or mimicking other people's personalities, because you know who you are. Like, you could tell people who are lost when every time they get around somebody, they act like somebody totally different. They do things different, or they treat their friends foul because they're trying to fit in, because they don't know who they are. Now, me, I can confidently say, I've always known that I was different. I always known who I was, but along the way, sometimes people will try to make you feel like who you are is not better and who you are is not good enough. So you start to play with the thought, and like, you do start to act like, well, you know what? No, I don't know. But I'm starting to get back to being that little girl that really did know who she was and really did know what she wanted to be. And with God's help, I'm getting there. So I know this video is long, but I hope y'all like it. I want to remind you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. Please comment, because I want to hear you guys' stories and stuff. And I want to chit chat with my little friends and stuff. So yeah, y'all. See y'all next week. Ting.